Welcome back to the Melvyn C.C. Valenzuela Podcast. Today, we're shifting our focus to a type of robbery that often flies under the radar, but can be just as disruptive and traumatic for victims: unarmed robbery. While it may not involve firearms, it still relies on force, intimidation, or distraction to steal from unsuspecting shoppers or vulnerable kiosks within a mall environment. We'll analyze a real-life incident, dissect what went wrong, and outline the crucial actions and responses expected from every member of the security force. We'll also delve into the SOPs, security policies, and corrective preventive measures that can be implemented to address this specific threat. Let me paint a picture of a scenario that unfolded in a crowded food court of a busy mall. A group of individuals, seemingly casual shoppers, strategically positioned themselves around a kiosk selling high-end mobile phones. While one distracted the vendor with questions, another swiftly grabbed several phones from the display and slipped them into a hidden bag. A third acted as a lookout, scanning for any signs of attention from security. By the time the vendor realized what had happened, the group had dispersed into the crowd, making it difficult to pursue them. The incident was captured on CCTV, but the grainy footage and the perpetrator's nondescript appearance made identification challenging. This incident exposes several key vulnerabilities that are often exploited in unarmed robberies. Firstly, distraction techniques are commonly used to divert attention from the actual theft. Secondly, crowded areas provide cover for the perpetrators to blend in and escape unnoticed. Thirdly, vulnerable kiosks with open displays and limited security measures become easy targets. Finally, the incident highlights the importance of clear procedures for responding to and investigating such incidents, including evidence collection and witness identification. Now, let's examine the specific actions and responses expected from each member of the security force in an unarmed robbery scenario. Before the incident, prevention. CSOs should be trained to recognize suspicious behavior patterns, such as groups loitering near kiosks or individuals acting nervously while observing shoppers. They should be particularly attentive in crowded areas like food courts, entrances, and escalators, where distractions and quick getaways are easier to execute. Security guard. Guards should maintain a visible presence near kiosks and high-traffic areas. They should be trained to observe for suspicious behavior, engage with vendors regularly to build rapport and gather information, and be aware of vulnerable spots within their assigned zones. Supervisor. Supervisors should conduct regular briefings with their team, emphasizing the importance of situational awareness and proactive patrolling. They should ensure that guards are familiar with the layout of kiosks and potential vulnerabilities, and that they understand the procedures for responding to unarmed robbery incidents. Security manager. The security manager should work with kiosk owners to implement security measures, such as secured displays, limited stock on display, and clear lines of sight for surveillance. They should also develop and implement comprehensive security policies that address unarmed robbery, including response protocols and evidence collection procedures. During the incident, immediate action. CSO. If a CSO witnesses an unarmed robbery, they should immediately alert the security team, providing a detailed description of the suspects, their location, and their direction of travel. They should observe and report while maintaining a safe distance, prioritizing their own safety and avoiding direct confrontation. Security guard. Upon receiving the alert, guards should respond quickly to the scene, assess the situation, and attempt to apprehend the suspects if it is safe to do so. They should prioritize the safety of shoppers and staff and use de-escalation techniques to avoid unnecessary force. Clear communication with the supervisor and other responding units is crucial. Supervisor. The supervisor should direct the security response, coordinate with mall management and law enforcement, and ensure the safety of shoppers and staff. They should also initiate evidence collection procedures, including securing the crime scene, gathering witness statements, and reviewing CCTV footage. Security manager. The security manager should be informed of the incident and provide guidance as needed. They should oversee the investigation, coordinate with law enforcement, and ensure that all necessary reports are filed. After the incident, corrective, and preventive. All security personnel. All involved personnel should document the incident thoroughly, including witness statements, suspect descriptions, and any evidence collected. They should participate in debriefings and reviews to identify areas for improvement. Supervisor. The supervisor should conduct a post-incident analysis with the team, reviewing the response and identifying any training gaps or procedural weaknesses. Security manager. The security manager should conduct a comprehensive investigation, reviewing security policies and procedures to identify vulnerabilities that were exploited. They should work with mall management and kiosk owners to implement corrective actions and preventive measures to minimize the risk of future incidents. Let's discuss some specific SOPs and security policies that can help prevent and mitigate unarmed robberies. Kiosk security guidelines. Develop specific security guidelines for kiosks, including recommendations for secure displays, limited stock on display, and the use of anti-theft devices. Crowded area patrols. Increase security presence in crowded areas, particularly during peak hours and special events. Implement strategies for effective patrolling and observation in these challenging environments. De-escalation and communication training. Provide specialized training for security personnel on de-escalation techniques, verbal communication skills, and how to handle confrontations without resorting to unnecessary force. Suspect identification and tracking. Implement procedures for quickly identifying and tracking suspects in a crowded environment, including the use of technology like facial recognition systems and real-time CCTV monitoring. In addition to these SOPs, consider these corrective and preventive actions. Public awareness campaigns. Launch public awareness campaigns to educate shoppers about common distraction techniques used in unarmed robberies and encourage them to be vigilant and report suspicious activity. Information sharing. Establish a system for sharing information about known offenders and crime trends with mall tenants and security personnel. Environmental design. Consider environmental design principles that can improve natural surveillance and deter crime, such as clear lines of sight, adequate lighting, and strategically placed mirrors. Unarmed robbery may not be as dramatic as armed robbery, but it can still have a significant impact on victims and businesses. By implementing these proactive security measures, malls can create a safer and more secure environment for everyone. Remember, vigilance, awareness, and a well-trained security force are key to preventing and responding to these incidents. Thank you for listening. Stay safe and join us next time for another insightful episode on mall security. Thank you for listening to the Melvyn C.C. Valenzuela Podcast. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with someone who could benefit. And don't forget to subscribe for more valuable insights. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts. Now, it's time to put these strategies into action. I'm confident you'll see positive results. Remember, growth is a continuous journey, not an event. Embrace it and always grow forward.